I'm Panda, and I don't understand people. Today's story is about a man who was caught with 40 kilograms of drugs. In China, that's enough to get you executed. He got 10 months. Let me explain. In China, trafficking more than 50 grams of drugs can get you the death penalty. Luo Jincheng was caught with 40 kilograms. That's enough to be executed 800 times. But this story isn't what you think. So, I'll tell you. This man's name is Luo Jincheng. He was born in 1969. In Sichuan, he ran a small scrapyard. He even invented a remote-controlled locking device. He got a national patent for it. But Luo had a problem. He was addicted to drugs. It started in 1995, and it lasted 20 years. The business, gone. His savings, gone. His wife took their daughter and left. By 2015, Luo was living alone in a rented room in Dai County, Sichuan. No job, no money, and an addiction he couldn't shake. One day, he placed an order online. A few days later, the package arrived. He opened it. He put some in his mouth. Sweet. He tried again. Still sweet. It was rock candy. He had paid for drugs and received a bag of candy. He tried to contact the seller. The seller had already blocked him. He thought about calling the police. He didn't call the police. You can't walk into a police station and say, "Officer, I ordered drugs online and got a fake." So he just sat there with a bag of rock candy in silence for a long time. And then something clicked. If someone could scam him with candy, why couldn't he do the same? He went to the supermarket and bought a bulk bag of rock candy, about $2 a kilo. He ground it into powder, packed it into small bags. Then he posted an ad in online groups for drug users. High purity crystal meth, $140 per order, free shipping nationwide, guaranteed or your money back. Cash on delivery. The first buyer came quickly. Luo sent out the candy and waited for someone to come after him. Nobody did. He understood this might actually work. The business grew. Rock candy that cost almost nothing, sold by the gram. The profit was insane, but even that felt too expensive. So he switched to industrial alum. It looks almost identical to crystal meth and costs even less, about half the price. One customer complained it tasted off. Luo apologized and kept sending alum. Another customer mentioned their blood sugar had been running high. Luo thought about this and decided switching to alum was better for his customers' health. But Luo wasn't reckless. He had studied criminal law on his own. He knew exactly where the risks were, and he built a system to avoid them. Rule 1, he created several group chats online. To join, there was only one condition. You had to send a video of yourself using drugs. Rule 2, he only sold to customers outside Sichuan. If a buyer figured it out and wanted to confront him, the travel alone wouldn't be worth it. Rule 3, every transaction stayed under 1,000 yuan, about $140. The legal threshold for fraud was 5,000 yuan, about $700. He kept every order well below that line. Rule 4, every package contained 3 things: a packet of tea, a packet of alum, and a lab certificate. For the alum, cash on delivery, open it on the spot. When buyers saw the white powder and the certificate, they thought this dealer was professional. But none of them were going to take a hit in front of a delivery guy, so they all signed for it. Rule 5, once a package was sent, the buyer was gone. No complaints, no warnings, no way to warn anyone else. Luo had thought of everything. In 2015, Internet Police noticed an account. The name, pork and plant-based meat, wholesale, cash on delivery. In drug user circles, this was slang. Pork meant synthetic meth. Plant-based meat meant plant-derived meth. The account had massive monthly sales. Public promotions. Free nationwide shipping. Guaranteed, or your money back. Luo had gotten comfortable. He started advertising openly online. The police took notice. They set up a task force, but he was careful. If the police tried to contact him, he ignored them. To buy anything, you had to send a video of yourself using drugs first. The police were stuck. Eventually, they tracked a package to Wangsei Town, Dai County, Sichuan. But they still didn't have an exact address. The buyers were no help either. No one was willing to admit they had tried to buy drugs. So the police went to Wangsei Town and started asking around. Who in this town has no job, but suddenly has a new car and a new place? There was only one answer: Luo Jincheng. On June 11th, 2015, drug enforcement officers arrested him outside a courier station. They found a batch of packages he was about to send out. Inside each one, a packet of tea, a packet of white powder, a lab certificate. They searched his home and found over 40 kilograms of drugs, crystal meth, yaba, meth pills, everything. The officers were excited. They sent the drugs for testing. The results came back. Those 40 kilograms of white powder, none of it was drugs, rock candy, and industrial alumi, the red tablets, digestive enzymes, the kind you can buy at any pharmacy. The only real drugs they found, 0.4 grams of meth, all of it for himself. The officers went quiet. Luo Jincheng didn't. He asked if they wanted a bowl of rock candy pear soup. What followed was a legal problem no one had prepared for. How do you charge this man? Drug trafficking? No. He sold candy. Fraud? Every transaction was under $140, below the threshold, and he had never once used the word drugs. He sold alum. He gifted tea. Everything was technically legal. Police began contacting the buyers, but the buyers were drug users. No one was willing to admit they had tried to buy drugs. Officers called them one by one. They talked, they reasoned, they persuaded. Eventually, they found 7 people willing to cooperate. Together, they had lost about $1,000, just enough to cross the line. Luo was convicted of fraud, 10 months in prison, a fine of about $470. That was the price of everything he had done. Luo didn't accept the verdict. He believed he wasn't just innocent, he deserved credit. His reasoning: once word spread that online dealers were selling candy, people stopped buying drugs online. Wasn't that prevention? He said, "You shouldn't be arresting me. You should be thanking me." Later, a journalist asked the prosecutor, did Luo Jincheng's actions have any effect on reducing drug trafficking? The prosecutor paused, then said, "To some extent, yes." Luo Jincheng was silent for a moment. He still served 10 months. In 2025, someone found him on Douyin, an account called The Cow Herd and Niu. Niu is a cow. In the videos, he lives back in his hometown in Sichuan. Every day, cutting grass for Niu, walking her up the hill, sometimes just standing there looking at her. About 310,000 followers. But people in the comments kept recognizing him. The candy kingpin is back. Breaking Bad, but with sugar. "Hey man, can I buy some rock candy?" He replied, "That was 10 years ago. I'm doing something positive now. Please be kind. I just need a chance." Then he deleted it.
妞妞他们说把你卖了涮火锅，有吧一辈子不杀你好不好？有吧一辈子不卖你好不好？亲我一个，亲我一个。 哦，好，你乖不乖？乖，哎，好牛，好牛。
He sat there with a bag of rock candy, and he thought, most people would be angry. He built a business. He calculated everything, the distance, the price, the loopholes, except one thing. Someone would eventually add up the numbers. Now he lives in the countryside, talking to a cow. And the cow listens. Humans, I don't get you. But the cow seems to. See you next time.